So I think one of the challenges I've seen, like, you get into a brainstorming session in a room, and sometimes, there's always this dominant personalities,
Mm,
right?
mm,
And they take up most of your time, and it
mm.
deprive other people of contributing to the brainstorming. So I see that as one of the challenges.
Yeah, definitely, and I've seen that happens. And the way to mitigate that I've seen, like people who are good at driving sessions like this, is they sometimes break the problem domain into like smaller parts. They divide the room into like groups, and they say instead of someone speaking, write stickies and go and paste it on the board. Right. So
Yeah,
then
we
it
can
gives the
talk about
people.
that technique. Yeah, that's one of the
Yes,
techniques we
yes.
will talk
Sorry, I
about.
jumped the gun there. I jumped
Yes,
the gun.
you did.
But you're right, that's one. Another one, I would say, another challenge is sometimes this whole hybrid work environment, right? Some people are in the office and some people are remote. And the remote people, I myself have sometimes been remote. You feel disconnected and you need to spend extra effort to like try and listen to every word that has been said and try and participate as much as possible, right?
That's true. And we'll talk about a technique that can help with that as well. And another challenge I think is opposite of what I said. Just like you have dominant characters, there are personalities, like sometimes they are kind of don't volunteer, ideas as much. It could be because they don't feel safe. It could be that their personality, like an introvert, or they're shy. So you need to have techniques to kind of draw them out and get their contribution.
Yes, yes. And I'm sure you're going to talk about a technique for that as well.
We will talk about a technique as well. Yes.
Cool. Anything else, or shall we move on to actually getting talking
Um,
about the techniques?
yeah, just one last thing. I think, I mean, is kind of how you operate. Like, that's the concept of like, we usually get embedded in a certain vertical. And when you participate, you bring, your vertical perspective into the thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that it's bad, but you should also try to think out of the box. Like there's a concept of vertical thinking versus lateral thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're working in a certain discipline but you're ignoring how does it impact the other pieces in the value chain all the way up to the client, like you're not really thinking it end to end. So I think that could limit how you contribute. So something people need to be cognizant of.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah. It's also inviting the right group of people, also, right? For the brainstorming session, right? So you get different perspectives.